Hello, Michelle Messick from New Jersey. Welcome to the Long Island Library. Let me ask you a question. I know you don't live in Jersey now, but when you did, would you go to Long Island a lot? Did you ever go to Long Island?
Actually, I went to Long Island often because when I had a medical billing company, when we did auditing and billing, I used to go out there all the time for clients. So I'm glad I don't have to drive out there anymore. LIE was not fun, and my day used to start at like 4 o'clock in the morning, so I could get through the Garden State Parkway traffic, go over into the city, out on the LIE. It's just unbelievable. It's beautiful when there's not any traffic, but as soon as rush hour happens and people will start waking up, it's crazy. So I'm glad I'm virtually in a Long Island Library today.
I'm glad too. I was on Long Island with my mom. We were in Massapequa, and I looked on GPS to get back to Jersey. I was like, this doesn't look bad. And then all of a sudden, we were in the city, and I said, how did this even happen? Like,
I know.
I thought we were not going into the city. How do we always end up in the city? And then
I
I'm in
know.
Jersey City. I'm like, what are we doing?
I know. I know. Unless you put avoid tunnels and avoid bridges, you're going into the city to get to New Jersey, unfortunately.
Oh, it kills me.
The
So
shame of
you
it is it probably is the quickest way too.
Right. You're absolutely right. I mean, it looks good on a map. It's just in real
It's
life,
not,
like
yeah,
those lights
exactly.
don't change. People are walking in the crosswalk. So all these things about New York that people, unless you've been here or really like
Right,
lived here, like you don't
right.
necessarily understand. So you mentioned having your own company. I think that you have a very inspirational story about your company and what you've done to always come through like shining and seemingly so well, successfully well, because you just have such a work ethic and who you are. So I think it would be really helpful for other people who are thinking about maybe having their own company and what that actually looks like to hear about, because it's very different to like think about it versus actually do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, after getting divorced, even back then, one of the things that were circulating around to work from home was, oh, be a coder, be a certified coder, be a certified biller, and all these things. You could work from home and make lots of money. And I was like, oh, okay, I think that would be good for me. I was originally planning on going to medical school when I was young. And unfortunately, due to financial reasons with my parents and myself, I just could never, get to medical school. So, and back then you couldn't borrow the whole thing, right? They only gave you like $2,500 a semester, so it wasn't even an option. So I always stayed in the medical field somehow. And then, of course, the coding and the billing really, attracted me to that. And after doing that for a while, I found out how much I loved it and worked for a billing company that ultimately decided to not be in business anymore. And so from that point, a bunch of the customers said, hey, where are you going? We would like to follow you, whatever company you're going to go work with, because we had such a great relationship. And then one of the practices said, why don't you start your own? We'll be your first client. I'll sign a contract. And, we think you'll be very successful. And so I really took that to heart that a provider with a practice that size believed in me enough to think that I could do a good job. So I decided to start my own and, built it up from scratch. And it was a lot of hard work, and I don't mind work. Some people have different things that take away a lot of their life. Mine just happens to be work. So it can be fruitful and it can be beneficial. Some like other things. So anyway, I, did that for several years. And then because I was in Jersey at the time, Hurricane Sandy hit, and I got a phone call from the building owner and said, the roof blew off. Everything inside is lost. And so my whole identity was gone, because when you own a business, you are your business. And so when you don't have that business, you don't know who you are anymore and what you want to do. And so I really had to take a look at myself and say, do I want to do this from scratch all over again? Or do I want to do something else? And that's when you know if you're where you belong. Because I was like, this is what I know. This is what I'm good at. This is where I want to be. And so slowly and little by little, thank goodness for good insurance and, having certain business plans in place, I was able to go ahead and rebuild the business. And then because of that disaster, started thinking a little out of the box, started getting some government contracts, started, going into fields that we didn't necessarily belong to before, and did some FQHC work, which ultimately led me to Eric Rubenstein. And he connected to me because of my work with FQHCs, started working with Advize, doing some contract work. And, you know, 10 years later, here I am, with a dream job doing auditing and working for Advize, and keeping the good doctors in business, helping keep the cost of healthcare down, and, getting the bad players out. So for anybody that's looking to get into this field, or to possibly maybe start their own business, I just say make sure it's what you love, because it's so true that if you like what you do and you believe in what you do, you really don't work as hard. Of course, you need to put in the blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not saying that by any means, but being accountable and being present, and truly believing in what you do makes all the difference in the world. So,
So inspirational, Michelle. Thank you very, very much for sharing that. And truly, the fact that you were able to come through and have such a great attitude, and like be so positive about it. So many people I know would just say, "Look at what happened to me. This is like, the destruction, and then this is when my life took a turn." But instead, you had it lead to such a great path. And I'm really, really lucky that it brought you to us. We love working with you. We're very inspired by you all the time, and you're so amazing. You do amazing work with the dogs. You do amazing baking. You are incredible, multifaceted. I could stay on with you for hours, but I know that you have to get back to work. I
yes.
appreciate you joining me in the library. I like your library in the background too, so
Yes,
both of our
thank you.
libraries.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
All right. Take care, Jean Marie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.